My name is Simon Shearer, and I've been in the bowling business since 1977. It's essentially everything I've done in my entire career has been, something to do with bowling. And I worked for AMF for 33 years, retired from there, and decided to buy a bowling centre with my family. And my son and I and my wife are the proprietors of Perfect Game in Farmington Hills, Michigan. It started off as a traditional 40-lane bowling centre, and over time, over the last 7 years in fact, we have transformed it into a 31-lane family entertainment centre. We have 31 lanes of bowling. We're sitting currently inside the 7-lane private event suite. And we also have laser tag and 53 arcade games, which we sort of modelled on Dave & Buster's, as many people do. Mike from Dynamite Sound and Vision is a great guy. I'm a raving fan. I have been for many years. Mike and I have actually known each other probably for 25 years. And I had a connection with him in my previous career. And so it was natural for me to approach Mike and say, what can you do for me in terms of audio visual? And we have actually been absolutely blown away with it. Mike was great to work with, and the entire crew has been fabulous. And I couldn't think of a better relationship. Since we purchased this bowling centre, it's been our dream to create a private event suite. I've had a bit of experience with private event suites in other bowling centres, and generally, if done correctly, they're very, very successful. So about 6 months ago, we said, yeah, I think it's time to invest in a private event suite, and we started working with an architect and eventually started talking with Mike Bovino at Dynamite Sound and Vision to sort of understand what was involved. Initially, my old traditional thinking involved things like projectors on screens down over the pins. And of course, today's technology has just moved so far beyond that, and incredibly exciting to find that in fact our budget could cope with a high definition LED screen. And it's a very, very big screen, and it blows people away when they walk in the door. And that was pretty much the goal in the first place, was if you're going to do it the best way you possibly can that you can afford, and put in the best technology, and that's what we ended up doing. We were late with the general construction. At the moment, it's pretty hard to get people motivated to come and work, and it wasn't no different with the general construction. We had a great general contractor, but things just moved slowly. And so when we had scheduled Dynamite to come and do the install, we weren't ready for them, and it was hard on them. But boy, the team was great. Led by Sean McGovern, the team came in, they understood that there was going to be difficulties in putting everything together. We had it pretty well ready for them, but the painting hadn't been done, for instance. And you don't want to be putting in high definition LED screens when you're painting afterwards. But we worked it out. We worked out how to mask everything properly so that it wasn't affected by future painting, and every step along the way, Sean and his team were fabulous and worked with us, and there was just never any tension. It was great. We opened the private event suite just a week ago, and by that stage we'd had plenty of practice with the controls. I was so excited to find that we could include in our budget Crestron controls, because I'd had experience with them before, and the level of sophistication in the controls is mind-blowing. It's so good, so easy to use, it's very intuitive, and Sean and his team gave us great instruction. We understood how to use it. Not everything was buttoned up to start with. There were just one or two quite minor things that had to be fixed or had to be the install had to be completed, but it was nothing that a customer would notice, and we have since had that all fixed, and everything's working 100% now, and it was done with great planning and forethought, and so we expect that, just like our experience to date, when people walk in through the door, they will be just blown away. People actually pass through this space to go to a set of bathrooms, and we've actually had the door open to allow them to walk in. And I try to be in here to be able to have a conversation with people and tell them why we've done this and what we're doing and what the goal is. And people are so excited that everybody tells me, I want to rent this space. This is tremendous. And wow, look at that screen down the back there. One of the things we asked Dynamite to complete was programming the show so that it did more than just one thing at a time. And during the final visit to tweak things, that was achieved. And I'm really pleased with the way we can now press a button, and it will not be just a static display, but it will be a range of things that happen over a timed set of sequences. And that has taken it from an A to an A++. The beauty of Crestron controls is that it's so intuitive, so easy to use, so push button and everything happens, that it's very, very easy to effectively train people on how to use it. I'm sure that I'm going to be asked many times, who did that job? And I'm going to be absolutely proud to say that my friend Mike Bavino and crew did it, and did a fantastic job. We can't wait to buy our next bowling centre and do another private suite and use Mike Bavino and his team.